ahead and get things going. Welcome. So we're going to take a band to start with. We're going to pull apart, get a little bit of tension. We're just going to kind of push that up overhead, and we're going to kind of pull it down back and forth, just getting a little mobility through those shoulders. I'm doing a bit of overhead work today. There we go. Yeah, just we're going to keep those arms straight, elbows extended. There it is. And if you want, we can kind of start coming to the back side and making more of like a little circle around. Just getting those shoulders warm, kind of getting some blood flowing. So we're doing a little bit of a flow today. So we're going to put a few different movements together. Working on a little bit of rhythm. All right, we'll go ahead and relax down off that band. We're gonna we'll start here. We'll go forward hinge with a little T in those shoulders. So hinge, we're gonna lead with those thumbs, coming up to a T, squeeze, back down and stand. We'll do a handful of those. Just get a little stretch through those hamstrings, a little squeeze through that upper back. Making sure that we squeeze those glutes at the top. A lot of our flows, a lot of our kind of dynamic movements always come through those hips. So if we can really focus on getting those guys active, let's go one more. That'll really help us out. All right. We'll bring that down to the ground. Just to do a quick little hip mobility. So we're going to get 90-90 position. Lower leg, upper leg parallel to one another. So I'm going to go over that front knee. We're going to reach that chest out in a fold. We'll bring that up, and we're just going to flip to the other side and do that on the other side. So we're going to kind of just move back and forth between those two sides. And a little bit more dynamic this morning. If that body's a little bit stiff, hopefully this will start getting you going. So kind of gently pushing into that fold, not being very aggressive, but just sliding down into it. We'll go one more each way. As those hips really start to loosen up. And we'll bring it up out of that. All right. So we're going to kind of piece together I'm going to start with my lightest weight here. Again, if you just have one weight, you're going to stay with the one. We're going to kind of go through each of our movements individually, and I'll start kind of piecing them together. So very first thing is super simple. It is a bent over row. So hinging and pulling in through one side. Let's just do 4. I think 4 should be a number. So we have 4 on the one side. We'll stand it up, flip it to the other hand, 3 hinge, and 4 on the other side. So really focus on driving that elbow back. Bell's going to kind of go into that pocket. Simple. All right, we got some bent over rows. Second, we're going to do a high pull. All right, so same bell. We're going to kind of, again, use those hips a little bit, and we're going to help pull that bell up to our chin. Notice elbow stays nice and high. You can put as much of that hip into that as you would like. Would recommend I would recommend against doing it strict. Right, we do want to kind of use those hips. Like I said, we're kind of working a little bit more on the coordination, kind of putting things together. And of course, efficiency is your friend here. Third movement, we have a snatch. So we're just going to kind of continue that high pull and punch it up overhead. All right, so from that hang, we're going to hinge, pull, punch. One big movement, we go. Again, we'll do 4 on this side. So a little bit tougher with the kettlebell, trying to worry about that kind of flip over. But the recommendation is just trying to be soft on that catch, keeping that grip a little bit looser. We'll go 1 more. Nice, good. And then our 4th and final movement is going to be a windmill. So we're going to keep that kettlebell or dumbbell punched up. Nice, good, strong arm. And we're going to just slide down to the side and bring it back up. So working some shoulder stability here. Again, we'll go 4 reps. So it's a nice one to kind of slow things down a little bit. We'll go 1 more. Feel that through those hips, obliques. We'll go to the other side. Yep, we'll do the same thing. So remember, kind of keeping your eyes on that bell overhead. Kind of really helps open that thoracic body. So I like to take these a little bit more slowly. Think about a little bit more mobility with just some stability on that shoulder. All right, we'll bring that down. So now we're going to do a round, just kind of piecing those together. So with our flow, we're only going to do 1 of each of those movements. So for this kind of practice round, we'll do it all on the left side, then we'll do it all on the right side. So we'll take it a little bit more slowly. So we'll start with that bell in hand. We'll hinge, we'll hit 1 row, we'll stand it up. We'll go 1 high pull. We'll go 1 snatch, and we'll keep that bell overhead as we hit that windmill. Really focus on punching that bell up. Good stability. We'll go to the other hand, same thing. And that hinge, we'll row, stand, high pull, snatch, and windmill. I know sometimes that windmill, we like to get those feet a little bit wider, which is totally fine. We can kind of move the stance in between each. We'll try to hang on to that same bell all the way through. So we're going to do like an EMOM. So we're going to go 3 rounds of that flow all on the left side. All right. The next minute, we'll do 3 rounds all on the right side. Okay. And then that'll be kind of the first 2 minutes. 3rd and 4th minute, we'll try to bump up weight if you'd like to. And then those last 2 minutes, we'll bump up weight a 3rd time if you want to. All right, your choice. Or you can just stay the same all the way through. All right, like I said, fun Friday. Just give me the option. All right, so if you're ready, we'll get that bell up in 1 hand. So again, we'll do our row, high pull, snatch, windmill 3 times, and then we'll put the bell down and rest. Okay, all on the same side. So let's go for it. Row, pull, snatch, windmill. So stand that same side, roll, pull, snatch, windmill. There we go. So getting that body moving early in the morning, yeah. All right, so we get that 3 on that same arm. When that bell goes down, we've got the rest of the minutes of rest. So our goal is pretty much 30 seconds of work, 30 seconds of rest. All right. So that we kind of get our breath back, and every round we're kind of hitting with the same intensity. So kind of repeating that effort. So we got about 10 seconds. We're gonna go to the other arm. So this set. So this will be the 2nd minute on that 2nd arm. Ready, set, and let's go. Row, pull, snatch, and windmill. There we go. So round 2. Yeah, really trying to emphasize those hips on that high pull and that snatch. Trying to get those legs, that lower body to do more of the work. Arms are going to be doing a lot of just stability work for these. All right. So I'm going to take a little increase. Doesn't have to be crazy. I'm just going to go about 5 pounds up. We got about 15 seconds, so we'll go back to that first side and same 3 reps. Kind of got the groove of it now, and we'll just let you repeat that here. All right, ready? Bells up, and let's go. Row, pull, snatch, windmill. So really working to kind of punch that bell to that ceiling on that windmill. And just trying to keep that bell moving through that flow 3 times and rest. Nice. All right, so still on track. 30 seconds per round. Good, a little rest time. Yep, grab some water or anything you'd like. Just breathe. About 15 seconds. We'll go on to the other side for our second round. So yeah, just be careful on that row not to get real shoulder heavy. All right, still think about a nice long neck. Keep that shoulder down. Or second side, let's go for it. Row, pull, snatch, and windmill. It helps me really just kind of chant the movements as I go through. As much as these flows kind of go together, just as much a mental exercise trying to remember. So it kind of helps us sing along as we go. All right. Woo. Put that down. And we've got 1 more pair of minutes. 1 more round, I suppose. About 10 seconds. I'll take another 5-pound jump. So finish strong. Last time on the year. 3 on the left, 3 on the right, and that'll be it. Ready? Let's go for it. Row, pull, snatch, and windmill. Row, pull, snatch, and windmill. Still using those hips. All right, the later that we get into this, the more we're going to have to rely on the bigger muscle groups, like those legs, those glutes. Whew. All right, I'm going to take a quick little rest. Got about 20 seconds, and then we'll go to our other side. Check that out, getting that heart rate up for sure. Last little minute of this. So last round, best round, as we like to say, to get that bell up. Ready, and go. Row, pull, snatch, and windmill. Still focusing each movement one at a time, making it the best that you can every time you get to it. Last one, row, pull, snatch, and windmill. I sneak in some of that mobility with our strength. All right. Woo. Take a quick little break, grab some water. All right. So we'll let that take a minute, check out. And we're going to move on to our next block. It's going to be a little bit slower tempo. We do kind of have the your own rhythm on this. So we're going to just do a rep count on this one. So no time limit on this. So again, you can kind of let this flow any which way you would like. So movement number 1, we're going to do some band pull aparts. So we can go underhand grip or overhand, whichever is more comfortable for you. But with those arms extended out, we'll just pull that band apart and it should be crossing kind of right at the chest. So the wider those hands start, the easier it's going to be. And the more narrow those are, the more difficult that's going to be from the start. So we're going to do 8 of those. If you are already rolling, we'll kind of finish that block. And just focus on keeping those shoulders down, away from those ears. Squeezing those shoulder blades together. Maybe even a little bit of a pause at the end. Well, this is kind of our back with those rows, kind of a good compliment here. So we'll get those 8, depending on your band. If you want to throw in a rep or 2 extra, you can. Second movement, we're going to do our chest. No push-ups today, but we're going to do a little bit of chest press. So take whatever bell you would like. I think I'll do the same idea and kind of bumping reps up as we go. So we can lay on the ground, or we can kind of bring our feet up any which way you'd like. But we're going to do a single arm press. Same deal. We're going to try to get to 8. Again, if you want to throw in a couple extra reps, you are welcome to. Just being cautious not to bounce that elbow off the ground. We're kind of trying to kind of bring it down nice and soft, a little pause at the bottom, and causing us to re-engage that chest. Once you get all 8, we'll bring that bell around to the other arm. Again, 8. Check in with that core, all right, as we're kind of laying down on the ground. Sometimes may get a little sloppy in that support of the midsection. Still thinking about kind of pulling that belly button in, creating some tension through your abdomen, and offer some good stability through that body, through that shoulder as you press. And 8 to 10 or so on that press, depending on your weight. Once you get those, we'll drop that down. A little extra sit up. All right. And then we're going to kind of let those arms rest for a second. We'll call it like an active rest. We're just going to hit some quick airplanes, test your balance a little bit. We'll get there. We'll pause. We'll bring that up. And we're just going to go 3 on each side. Again, just to test some balance, kind of really gripping the ground with those toes, with that heel. Good tripod balance. 3 there. Flip the other foot. Same deal, another 3. Ooh, hamstring is a little tight on this side. Cause that balance. There, we'll go 1 more. And again, just a chance to kind of still keep that body moving, but allow those arms to rest a little bit. All right. Next round. As you finish up those airplanes, we'll go back to that band. So same deal, 8. We kind of know what to expect this round, so if we need to make any adjustments, as always, feel free to make those adjustments. So taking a little bit of extra focus as we go through. I want you to kind of visualize those shoulder blades as they kind of come around that rib cage and squeeze back together each and every rep. We'll finish our 8 on these pull aparts. Nice work. Funny because the slower we go on these, the more challenging it is. All the time we like to go fast. We'll just throw that out there. Going back to chest press again. If you have a weight, if you want to bump up, I'm going to bump up a little bit, and we'll do the same 8 to 10 on single arm. Still working on core control. Still working to kind of bring the elbow down to a rest at the bottom and kind of pressing from 0 momentum. We're targeting the chest here. And these 2 movements are kind of complementing each other, meant to be, or purposely scheduled back to back on this. Chest is just the back of your front. Just kidding. Whew. Let's do 1 more. I'm taking my time on these. All right. We'll get those over into the other side. Same deal. 8 to 10. If you get through these faster than I will, then you're welcome to get back up into those airplanes. Another 3 per side on those. Taking a little bit of pause at the top too, just to check in with stability through that shoulder as well as that wrist. We're going for 8. All right. That seems appropriate. And then we'll roll up, right into those airplanes. Chance to just rest those shoulders, those arms. And then we should have time for one more round. And finish this up for today. So certainly free to kind of go back through this workout. Sometimes it's nice to have the foresight of what's ahead, what the difficult parts are, where you feel like you maybe need to pull back a little bit or go more aggressive. Sometimes it's good to do the same workout more than once. All right, back to the band. We'll keep it in control. Nice long neck. Yeah, something's going to burn. If that band just gets really, really tough, again, the wider we start those hands, a little bit more slack in between, we can kind of squeeze out those last couple reps if needed. So we'll get these 8, and then down to the ground for our final round of press. All right. Take my last step, maybe regret this, but hey, if you ain't trying, you ain't trying. 8 press. Staying focused, making sure every rep is a quality rep. Do check in that it's really just that single arm pressing. That other shoulder may kind of have the tendency to come up. So it really works to lock that shoulder down. Really working both of those shoulder blades to get locked under you as we press just through that chest. Push that forearm nice and strong, staying perpendicular to the ground. Wrist staying over that elbow, elbow staying under that wrist. One solid unit as we press. Bring that down. And over. Second side, last time. And again, when we finish these presses, we'll go one more round of those airplanes. Really just kind of work to train that nervous system at the end of the workout, still kind of fire. Make sure that's ready for anything else that the rest of the day has to throw at you. Sometimes it's fun to finish with those airplanes, finish with that balance, just to kind of see how that workout affected you. Ooh, that was a good round. That felt good. All right. We'll go, last time, hingings. Check and see if we're able to still find that balance. And a little bit of a pause at the end there. Make sure I really got that balance. 3 per side. Long from that head to that heel. One more time. And there we go. My friend, thank you so much for joining this morning for some equips. We'll hope to see you next time.